What is up, my loves? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Natalie Hughes. I am a psychic medium. I'm a life mindset and manifestation coach. And in my business and on my platform, I support professional women in co-creating emotionally fulfilled, purpose-driven lives for themselves. In today's reading, we are accomplishing this by doing some tarot readings on how you will be seen as a wife. You are manifesting your husband, your life partner, your highest level soulmate. Now, how will the world perceive you as a wife? And this is so important because self-concept is what manifests. And so what we're doing with every single reading, whether I'm talking about your husband, or I'm talking about the newborn stage, or I'm talking about your next child, I am helping you to shift and align your self-concept with the version of yourself that you want to be. And as you start seeing yourself as this wife, you start thinking, you start talking, you start behaving as this wife, you start identifying as this wife. You're listening to the readings, you're like, ooh, that's me. I can see that. And then you begin to attract. So I am intentionally using this as a tool for manifestation and co-creation. We have fun, and every single thing that we do is still dripping in purpose. So there are 3 pictures on your screen. They're numbered. Go ahead and pick your picture or pick all of them. The timestamps are already in the description box. And I'll see you at your reading. Okay, pile number 1. Pile number 1. How will you be seen as a wife? Pile number 1, as a wife, the first thing that I am getting is this diamond. The first thing that I am getting is this rock. Your ring is going to set the tone, set the vibe, okay? I'm not like those other girls, okay? People are going to look at your ring and they're going to know this didn't come from Jared. He didn't get this from K Jewelers. Like, pile number 1, your ring is going to be ridiculous. Your wedding ring is going to be ridiculous. It could be some sort of custom ring, custom settings. I don't know what the fuck, but it's going to be spectacular. Give me 14 of them. Your ring is going to be amazing. So when people see you, I feel like you like to go shopping. Pile number 1 is a shopping pile. Pile number 1 is a shopping pile. As a wife, I'm seeing you going out, like to the store, not the grocery store, like the Louis store. You know what I mean? I'm seeing you out at the store, and they're saying when I walk through, when you walk into the store, you know how people are not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to judge people based off of what they look like or what they're wearing. And you're not supposed to assume whether or not people can afford to pay you based on, how they look and how they present themselves. as a wife, when you walk into the room, when you walk into the store, people are going to see you. People are going to see your ring. It's like people are going to see your ring and then they're going to see you. People are going to see you. People are going to see your ring and they're going to be like, you know what? Usually we don't bring the champagne out until after a purchase has been made. But you know what? For you, pal number one, okay, it's giving Big Spender. They're singing Big Pimpin' by Jay-Z. This is a woman who has a husband with money. This is a woman who is wealthy. This woman is wealthy as fuck, okay? How you're gonna be seen as a wife, I feel like people are going to look at you and they're going to assume that you're a trophy wife. Now, this is how do people see you. So this is not how are you going to be. This does not necessarily have to be a true reflection of who you are. This is how you're being perceived. So my pal number one, so you could be an entrepreneur. Maybe he bought you the ring, but you bought the rest of the outfit. It doesn't matter. They're going to take one look at you. They're going to take one look at that rock or those rocks. And they're going to say, oh, yeah. I know there is a man with a fuck ton of money who does not play about this woman. And I'm not going to play about her either. As a wife, your wedding ring, like when y'all get married, I need you to send me pictures of these damn rings, okay? From one girlfriend to another. First of all, I need an invite to the wedding. That is obvious. Second of all, I need a picture of that ring because it's something about this ring. I'm telling you, okay? You guys might be very serious about the ring. You guys might really be in an energy of like, I'm not playing about this. You give me a ring that I don't like, I send it back. Like, your future husband is going to get it. He's going to get your style. He's going to get your taste. It's going to be classy. It's going to be classy. You know, sometimes the ring, it's a really big, large diamond. It looks too big. It looks like the fingers are being flooded. It's not sexy, not very demure, not very mindful, not very cutesy. You know, it's doing a little bit too much. Or sometimes it's a little bit too busy. No, pile number one. No, not you. So your husband has really good taste, or you guys go look at engagement rings and you say, this is the one. But I just feel like this ring is going to set the tone. What's that song by Ariana Grande? 7 Rings by Ariana Grande. I want it. I got it. I see it. I like it. I want it. I got it. How you're going to be seen as a wife is I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it. Okay? As a wife, you're going to be seen as take her bougie ass to Rodeo and then let her pick out whatever she want. CC Gucci hit Bottega, whatever she want. Pile number one, as a wife, you are seen as a woman who gets what the fuck she wants. Period. Whatever Lola wants. It's her world. And we're just living in it. Pile number one. The energy that you're giving is, there's an old television show from like the early 2000s. And it's called Half and Half. And one of the characters of the show, she's a mother of one of the sisters. And she is like, you know, that... I'm pretty sure she's like a stay-at-home mother. Her husband is like a lawyer, I think. And so she, at one point, she or somebody, one of the other characters is pretending to be her, and then they go to the store, and it's a store like Bloomingdale's, right? And so they walk into the store and, you know, she walks into the store and all she does is say her name. And then when she says her name, the sales associate is like, oh my God, Mrs. Robinson, they talked about you during the training. Like, it's like she has this reputation. It's like she is known throughout the store. This is one of the top shoppers of this fucking store. This woman is known here. When she walks into the room, there are customers. You want to treat all of your customers very well. This customer is like super VIP. This customer is at the top of the list VIP. You know what I'm saying? There are certain experiences like, at Louis Vuitton, if you spend a certain amount of money, then you qualify to order custom shoes. It's that type of energy. It's that type of experience. You are going to be doing a lot of shopping, and you're going to be being treated really well because your husband has a lot of money. And this is how you're being seen. This is how you're being perceived. The money could be yours. I'm not getting that it's only yours. I'm getting that your husband, yes, he has a lot of money. But people are not perceiving you as, when you walk into a room, even if you have a whole bunch of money, you're self-made, you got it out the mud, blah, blah, blah. People are not looking at you and seeing a woman who's a hashtag boss babe. People are looking at you and they are seeing a very well-kept wife. Like, that's just what you're giving. That's just how you are seen. And I don't think that you're mad at it. I'm not getting a negative vibe here. It's not like you have anything to prove. So as a wife, you're just going to be really secure in who you are. Like, who has time to spend correcting people's perception of her when she could actually just be off the coast of Italy, soaking up the sun? You know what I'm saying? Like, who really has time? Who really gives a fuck? So I feel like as a wife, you're going to be perceived as really, really rich, really, really rich, really, really taken care of, really, really loved. Like, I feel like you're going to be perceived as a woman whose husband just throws money at her. I feel like people will assume. I feel like there's a lot of assumptions. There's a lot of assumptions about your marriage. It's like you have a husband who is so wealthy and who takes care of you so much that people assume that your husband isn't a good husband. Like, they assume that he's never around. Like, people might be really jealous of you and really, they hate, like, they just feel really jealous seeing you get everything that you want. And so in their own minds, they're like, I bet that her husband is cheating on her, and, he probably has 1,000,001 different mistresses. But it's like, that really doesn't make any sense at all, because in their mind, they're also like, would you cheat on that woman? Like, like, people really are like gonna be, well, certain people, not all people, but certain people are going to be really like having this internal battle within themselves, because you are going to inspire so much jealousy in other people as a wife, because you're going to be just deeply and completely taken care of. And when I say that you look well kept, I mean you literally look taken care of. You live an experience where if you get your nails done and then you chip your nails, then you're going to the salon or you're calling somebody to come and, fix them for you. It's like there's an experience where you are always kept up. There's not a day, there's not a moment that you are slipping. How you're going to be seen as a wife is as a woman who is like always taken care of. So you could definitely be getting a lot of facials, a lot of massages. You have really glowing skin. You're eating the best organic, high quality, foods, and just really being taken care of. And you're just a woman who looks well loved and who looks well taken care of. And you're going to have this radiating energy, so much so that people are going to be like, I can't fucking believe this. Like, you're going to be living beyond what people are willing to believe exists. And so people are going to like try, some people, not all people, some people are going to try to make up stories about you, even if it's just to themselves, to make themselves feel better, because it's like nobody can be so taken care of, nobody can be so loved, nobody can have a husband who is so wealthy, who loves her so much, who is also loyal to her, who is also devoted to her. Like, that's not real. That's not possible. So you're gonna really like, as a wife, the way that you're loved and the way that you're taken care of is really going to challenge people's perception of what's possible. It's going to challenge people's perception of what kind of love is available to them. And it's really going to trigger a lot of people. People are going to feel like you won the lottery. People are going to feel like you are so lucky. People are going to feel like you just ended up at the right place at the right time to find this guy. People are going to feel like it's impossible. Like, it feels so rare. So how you're going to be seen as a wife is very sexy, very youthful, very vivacious, and very, very, very spoiled. I'm seeing a woman who drives multiple cars. I'm seeing a woman who I'm seeing a woman who has a lot of freedom. So I think that I'm not getting a lot of like what your actual financial situation is. And it could be your money, it could be your husband's money, it could be a mixture. But it's just like, this is a woman who is, one day she's in France, the next day she's in Italy, and then after that she's in Greece, and then she's back in the United States, or then she's in Miami, and then she's in New York, and then she's doing this, and she's, you know, staying at this hotel, and she's doing this shopping, and she is, you know, buying these different things, and she's having this stuff shipped back to her home. And people are just like, they're watching you and they're looking at you and they're assuming like your husband, you know, has to be right around the corner, or he has to be near you. He has to be, you know, in a meeting somewhere, you know, in the same city that you're in. But I'm not getting that vibe. I'm getting that you're going to be doing a lot of like traveling by yourself, a lot of adventuring and exploring the world by yourself. But it's just your willingness. It's like your wedding ring is going to be not just your wedding ring, but like it's like your wedding ring is the focal point. Like your wedding ring, your clothes, your accessories, your other jewelry. It's like, it's such a blatant display of wealth that people could not fathom you traveling by yourself. Like, you might get that a lot where you're in the airport, or you're checking into a hotel or something, and, you know, as you're checking in, people are like, oh, excuse me, ma'am, do you know your husband's da-da-da-da-da? Do you know the name that your husband used for the, you know, reservation, so I can start pulling it up before he comes in? And you're like, actually, I made the reservation, or my assistant made the reservation, and I'm, you know, checking in, I'm staying by myself. And, you know, and people are just like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry for assuming that your husband had to be not far off behind you. Like, you're just giving this energy. It's like people look at you and you are just blatantly wealthy. There is no fucking soft life. And it's not like blatantly wealthy, like, oh, you got the Gucci logo on your fucking shirt. You know what I'm saying? It's not that kind of blatant wealth. Like, you have something to prove. It's effortless. It's who you are. It's like your energy and your being is abundant. Your energy and your being is wealthy. Like, you are wealthy. You are a wealthy person. Okay, there's a rap song, and the lyric is something like I'm wearing labels that you can't pronounce. It's beyond comprehension, the way that you are going to be just so fucking, I want to say, decadent, the way that you are going to be so supported, so taken care of, so comfortable, so loved. So it's like you as a wife are going to be seen as a woman whose husband never tells her no, a woman who never has to say no. You are, in the stores, you're looking at cute pairs of shoes, you're looking at cute bags, you try on one pair, you're like, great, let me know the color options that you have for the shoes. You're like, okay, I want that pair and that pair and that pair and that pair. And they're like, okay, ma'am, we're so sorry, this is on back order, da 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 da. You're like, don't worry, here, I'll take it, and I don't mind waiting, and just have them mail it to da 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 da. And it's just like this energy. It's just this energy that you're going to have of like, everything is available to me. You're going to give off this energy of a woman that everything is available to, a woman who gets taken care of, a woman who gets what she wants. And I feel like people are going to tell you yes a lot. I feel like people are just always going to be telling you yes. They're always going to be finding a way to take care of you. They're always going to be, finding a way to accommodate you. Like, oh my God, I feel like people, okay, so there are those people who, are like jealous and like haters, and like, they try to like make up stories about you in their minds to like make themselves feel better about their lives. And then there's going to be other people, like a lot of people who really like you, a lot of people who really want you to like them, like a lot of people who are just like constantly saying yes to you. Like, it's like, all I can say is yes. Like, the way that the energy feels, all I can say is yes. It's just like, okay, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to create. How can we make this happen? Because if we have this endless budget, I feel like I should do a fucking reading on like your future spouse's money or something. Because when I tell you the amount of abundance that your future spouse has, like, it's fucking crazy. It's actually fucking insane. And I'm seeing that book movie, Crazy Rich Asians. I don't know anything about it. I have never watched it. I've never read the book. But I think it's about people who are very, very wealthy, and that experience of marrying into a family that's that wealthy. So you can look into that if that resonates, or maybe just mentioning that is a confirmation for you. But that's the energy and the vibe that I'm getting. So pile number one, your husband is going to be very, very wealthy. In your marriage, there's going to be just infinite amounts of money and abundance available to you. It's like money is constantly circulating. Money is constantly flowing in. Money is constantly growing and expanding in your lives. You guys don't make choices and decisions about, can I afford it? You make choices and decisions about, what do I want to do? What feels the best to me? What is my current desire? What is it that I want? There's just an energy of rest and relaxation. And I feel like your husband just has this energy of like, really being calm with money, really being chill with money, really being abundant with money. Like, think about Jeff Bezos. And I'm not saying that your husband is a billionaire, even though he fucking could be. Like, I don't fucking know. But you have to think about people who have like Jeff Bezos level of wealth. When you have all of that money, it's not that you have to, it's not that it's not that you have an experience where you spend money all willy-nilly and different things like that, but also when you have a relationship with money where money is always there for you, there's always an abundance of money that's there for you. You know, and you believe in your ability to create money, to create wealth, to create, expanding wealth for yourself. You do not move in fear. And that's the kind of husband that you're going to have. You're not going to make choices and decisions based on fear. You're not going to have an experience where, sometimes women will have a fake ring, a mock-up ring, because their real ring is so expensive that they get a copy of their ring made because they're too afraid to lose it or break it or, for it to get stolen. Your future husband is going to have so much money. There's going to be so much wealth and so much abundance. And you're going to have such a great relationship with money that it's like, I don't have to buy a fake ring. I don't have to wear a fake ring. I don't have to make choices and decisions with my money that's rooted in fear, because I trust myself with the things that I buy, and I also trust myself to make more money. I trust that there's more money that's available to me. I trust that there's another ring that can be purchased if anything happens to this one. I trust myself with money. And so I just feel as a wife that you're just going to be blatantly wealthy as fuck. And I can't stay in this energy forever, even though I want to. I have to go. We have to move on. But I hope that this resonated with you. And if you're claiming this, drop some green hearts in the comment section. Let me know. And if you want a personal reading with me, or you want to come and hang out with me at the end of this month at my live leadership retreat so that you can manifest this wealthy ass man ASAP. Or if you want to invest in my courses or get inside of my free resource library, which actually has a workbook that is made to help you start manifesting that man that you desire now. All of those links, all of the ways that you can support me, all of the ways that you can support yourself more through my work are in the description. So check that out. Okay. I love you. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next one. All right, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. We are getting into how will you be seen as a wife. This is not about how will you be as a wife. This is about how will the world perceive you. What will people think? What will people experience? What will people assume about you? How will they see you as a wife? So let's jump right into it. And let me tap into the energy. How will pile number 2 be seen as a wife? 4 of Cups, Queen of Wands, 4 of Swords, and the Star. How will pile number 2 be seen as a wife? Pile number 2, you might be marrying somebody who's a bit famous or who just is famous. You might be marrying somebody who is like a star, whether that's in their industry or in the entertainment industry. They're very well known. But regardless, I'm getting the energy that as a wife, there's something about you that seems distant. There's something about you that seems untouchable. There's something about you that seems unavailable. There's something about you that seems, I kind of want to say unapproachable, but unapproachable in the way of like, Spy Kids. Which Spy Kids is it? I think it's Spy Kids 2. Where Taylor Momsen, oh, so adorable, love her. She's, a little girl, and she's the president's daughter, and she has a Secret Service agent. And, they're always around her, like in a box. And it's like Junie, the little spy boy, he's trying to like, talk to her and connect with her, but Secret Service is there. And, he's like, gotta like hold her hands like through the gaps in the secret agents to like dance with her at the dance or something. I think that's a scene that happened. Anyway. That's the energy and the vibe that I'm getting. It's like pile number two, as a wife, you're going to be seen as some sort of like princess in a tower, but not like you're being held against your will, like a princess in a mansion, like a princess guarded by a dragon in a tower, but it's very sexy, you know. A princess that's guarded by a dragon in a tower, but she lives luxuriously and she wants for nothing. But it's just something about you that is very like disconnected from the world, very unavailable in the world. So let's say, for example, that you live in New York City. You're not taking the subway. You have a car that comes and, you know, picks you up and takes you everywhere that you want to go. You don't just have like, you know, a car, you have a driver, and that's just an experience that you have all of the time, where you're not waiting around for a taxi cab, you're not waiting around for you know, a driver who's working with other people. You have a driver, and the responsibility and job description of your driver is to pick you up and take you from point A to point B. They're singing that Fergie song, "When I Come to the Club, Step Aside." Did she say pop the seats? I don't know what she says. Something about the seats. And then she says, "Don't be having me in the lines. VIP, because you know I gotta shine." There's something about you, pile number two. The way that you're seen as a wife is very VIP. It's very regal. It's very much giving royalty. It's very much giving like she's not one of us. Like there's some sort of divider. I don't know what that is. Like I'm really not getting anything super specific, but it's just like there's something about you. There's you, and then there's everyone else in the world. Okay, this is not the greatest example, but this is kind of sort of what I'm getting. You know how recently Blake Lively was like under like a lot of criticism and stuff, and people are just like, you know, she doesn't get it, she doesn't understand us because she's a rich girl. And you know how people talk about people who have a lot of wealth, and they're like, you know, they are living in another world and they don't know what it's like to be us. Like that's you, pile number two. Like there's really going to be a haves versus have nots type of dynamic. And as a wife, you're going to be seen as a woman who has. You're going to be seen as a woman who's taken care of. You're going to be seen as a woman who is supported. You know, in the pandemic when everything was getting shut down and everybody was, you know, quarantining in their homes and stuff, and then there were certain celebrities that were posting like, "I'm going crazy getting locked up in my house," and everybody's like, "You have a house with an east wing and a west wing." A north wing, a south wing. Like, what the fuck? What do you mean that you're getting, you know, so upset being cooped up in this house? And people were so upset, like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you have the nerve to have problems when you have money." You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of the energy and the vibe, pile number two. And it's not, this is not about what your life will be like. This is how people will perceive you. So people are perceiving you as royalty. People are perceiving you as very, like, people know you. I'm getting like a tabloid fucking energy. Okay. So maybe they're talking about you anywhere from Reddit to the fucking, whatever those fucking blogs are, you know, the fucking big red font blogs, you know, that talk about people and different things like that. Or maybe you're in fucking OK Magazine or something like that. Like there's tabloids, there's energy, there's buzz. What is pile number two doing? What is pile number two up to? What did pile number two do for their wedding? What does pile number two eat in a day? It's like the things that people, the things that you do, the life that you live, people are going to see it. They're going to observe it. They're going to comment about it. They're going to be very nosy about it. It's kind of giving like a, Keeping Up with the Kardashians kind of energy and vibe. The way that you're going to be seen as a wife is as a woman who was put up in on a pedestal. And the way that you're going to be seen is as very attractive and very sexy. So you are definitely giving off like trophy wife kind of vibes. That's the way that people are going to see you. They're going to see you as having a really good body. They're going to see you as being very beautiful. They're going to see you as being very attractive. God, I don't understand why there's like the energy of like haters coming through, you know, where people will talk shit about certain people and certain celebrities, and they're just like, you're not ugly, you just don't have as much money as the Kardashians, and you know, different things like that. Like, that's the way that people are going to look at you. Like, people are going to be like, oh, like the only reason why she looks so good is because she has so much money and because her husband takes care of her in that way. And like, people are going to be so fucking jealous. Like, people are going to be so fucking mad. And I'm even getting this like energy and vibe of like people that you went to school with, people that you know from back in the day, homegirls that you fell out with. Like, people are going to be so fucking salty. Like, who does she think that she is? I'm getting that Baby Got Back song, you know, in the very beginning, where they're like, who even understands those rap guys? They only talk to her because she has, you know, a big butt. Her butt is so big. She's just so black. Like, that's the energy. Like, the way that people are going to talk about you, they're going to be like, oh my God, like, she just thinks that she's so amazing, and she just thinks that she's so better than us, and she just thinks this and this and this and this and this. And you're just like, I mean, I'm living my best life. I'm living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with you niggas. I got a lot to be smiling for. Like, oh my God. And then in Snoop Dogg's verse of that song, he literally is saying that he's been on the cover of different magazine pages. So you guys might be in some magazines. Like, when you guys get married, you might have your marriage in magazines. When you guys get your first home, when you guys get engaged, when you guys do this and this and this, you might be in is it Architectural Digest? Architectural Digest? I think that's the name. So you might just be in different publications, in different videos. You might be doing the house tour. This is our home in Malibu. This is da 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 da. You might be known on social media. You might have some sort of social media following, social media platform where you're giving tours of your home or different things like that. And okay, on the other hand, there's like an energy of people who see you as a source of hope and as a source of inspiration. So there's going to be a lot of people who, hold on, I need to catch my breath. There's going to be a lot of people who see you and who are so inspired by you, and they're so inspired by how you live. I'm definitely getting a big social media vibe. So if you're not doing like vlogs or day in the life videos, then you're like on your Instagram story, like, this is what I'm doing. Just went to Pilates, just got my green juice, just did this and this and this. Oh, just dropped the kids off at daycare or blah, 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 like whatever. I just feel like you're going to have so much. You're going to have this like everything is going to be so aesthetically pleasing and beautiful and inspiring, and people are going to want to be like you, like your home and your pictures and your ring and your wedding and all of this stuff. Like, it's going to be on people's Pinterest boards. People are going to like your Instagram pictures and they're going to save them. And, you know, people are going to aspire to be you. They're going to aspire to have your life. When they think about what they want their future to look like. They're going to be like, I want to be the kind of wife that pile number 2 is. I want to be the kind of wife who, is just so taken care of. I want to be the kind of wife who never has to worry about anything. Her husband will always take care of her. I want to be the kind of wife whose husband buys her this. I want to be the kind of wife whose husband does this and this and that. So I get the energy and feeling that your husband is going to give you a lot of gifts. With the energy of the 4 of Cups, there's something about you that is very particular. There's something about you that is very picky. Like with the energy of the 4 of Cups, it's like there were a lot of offers. Like before you get married, before you have your husband, oh my God, ding, 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 ding. Who is the girl that's on your mind? Steve Harvey's daughter. What's her name? Lori? Is it Lori? Is it Lori? If it's not Lori, I'm pretty sure it's Lori. If it's not Lori, then forgive me, God. I'm sorry. I'm not that into it, but I know enough. It's kind of giving Lori Harvey vibes. Like, I know that she dated Michael B. Jordan. And I know that she dated another black man who's an actor. And I know that she dated, I don't know who else the fuck that she dated. I think she dated P. Diddy. Moment of silence. But the point is, there's going to be a lot of high profile men who are competing for your attention. So if you do vlog, if you do have social media, if you are posting on your story, like whoever it is that's seeing you, it will grow. There's a lot of people who will see you. You have the Queen of Wands and the Star card, and now the Chariot at the bottom of the deck. There are going to be so many people who see you and who know you. So you have some sort of following. Don't know how you got it. Don't know what you do, but you have it. And your people are going to see like men courting you, you dating different men, like you're going to be known. So there's a really like high profile type of vibe here, okay? Like very successful men, very wealthy men, whether they are very well known or not, there's just very successful and very wealthy men who are going to be in your world and in your life, dating you and courting you and, wanting to be the guy, wanting to be the one, wanting to be the one that you marry, wanting to be the one that you connect with. So it's like people are following you on this journey to your soulmate. And so when you finally find the guy, it's like, this is the best guy. It's like, this is like the greatest guy out of all the fucking guys. Like, holy shit, like this guy is like the fucking supreme. Like this guy, your husband is going to be like fucking notorious basically, because it's like at this point that many men have tried. Many men have tried and failed. And so it's going to be a really awesome moment for your audience when a man finally does get you, when a man finally is able to marry you, when a man finally is able to meet your standards and fulfill you. There's an energy here with the 4 of Cups and the Queen of Wands, the 4 of Swords and the Star. It's like, I'm not willing to settle. I don't have to settle. I don't need to accept the first offer that comes my way. I don't need to accept the first man just because he has some money or some status or some blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't have to do that because I value myself, because I value my time, because I value my womb, because I value my life. Like, there's just something that is very high value about you. And so it's like, I see other women watching you, they watch your dating, and they're just like, oh my God, like, I want to be like her. I want to have experiences like her. And then when you finally get married, and it's like the perfect guy for you, it's just like, oh, like, of course you got this perfect, amazing guy, and I want to be just like her when I grow up, you know? I want to have a husband that treats me just like this. I want to have a husband that loves me just like this. Like, because you're so hot, because you're so fabulous, because you're so attractive. Like, there was a very popular couple who did an interview. The wife is a lot more famous than the husband. And the husband in the interview was just like, I think the guy's the prize. That shit went so viral. And baby, if you put a gun to my head and told me to name that husband's name, I would say, go ahead and pull that trigger because I don't know it. Pull the trigger, bitch, because I sure as hell don't know it. But anyway, it's like, that's not going to be you. The way that you're going to be seen as a wife is a woman who is so desired, a woman who is so sexy, a woman who is so beautiful, a woman who is so valuable, a woman who is so amazing that there are many men. And now I'm hearing that 50 Cent song. Many men wish death upon me. Your husband is going to be very envied. Your husband is going to be a man that probably should know how to fight, actually. He should have a lot of money, and he should also probably 110 fucking percent know how to fight. That's the energy and that's the vibe. Where it's like, the way that you're seen is that you're so wanted and you're so desirable and you're so sexy that your husband has to do everything in his power to keep up with you. Your husband better be taking you on trips, and he better be buying you bags, and he, better be making sure that your every wish is taken care of, and he better be making sure that that house, is looking nice, and he better be buying you a Rolls Royce as a push present, and he better be doing all of these different things, because many men wish death upon him. Many men wish that they could be in his shoes, right? It's giving Beyonce irreplaceable. Do not ever for 1 minute think that you are irreplaceable and your husband is going to treat you in alignment with that. That's how you're going to be seen. That's how you're going to be seen. People are going to think and feel that you have a husband who is on his Zoom every day at 10. He needs to get on his Zoom because many men wish that his wife was their wife. Many men wish that his wife would give them a morsel of her time. And it's like, the way that people are going to see you is that you're a woman whose husband doesn't want there to be any space. There cannot be any space for potential cheating. There cannot be any space for, like, no man can ever come and give you something that your husband isn't already giving you. That's how people are going to see you. It's like, she's so sexy, she's so amazing, she's so wonderful. What the fuck can I give her that her husband can't give her? It's kind of like Beyonce and Jay-Z. What can I, as the average fucking man, give Beyonce that Jay-Z cannot give Beyonce? He's intelligent. He's attractive. He's wealthy. He's creative. He's supportive. He supports her in her career. He is an active, present father. What can I give Beyonce that Jay-Z can't give Beyonce? And the answer is not a damn thing. So as a man, you probably give up before you even approach Beyonce with some fuck shit because of how taken care of she is as a wife, because of how supported she is as a wife, because of how loved she is as a wife. Of course, Jay-Z was at every single show of the Renaissance World Tour. And who else was at damn near every single show of the Renaissance World Tour? Tyler Perry. And I'm not saying that Tyler Perry is trying to take Beyonce or anything like that, but many men wish that Beyonce was looking into their eyes, singing during that moment of the show where she's singing All Up in Your Mind. You know what I'm saying? Do you know that clip? If you're Beehive, then you know the clip that I'm talking about. Like, many men wish that they could be standing there. And if Jay-Z wasn't standing there, then somebody else would have been standing there. So it's very good that Jay-Z was standing there. Like, do you know what I mean? That's the way that you're going to be seen as a wife. You're going to be seen as a wife as someone who has a husband who takes care of her so deeply, has a woman who shows up for her so powerfully. And there's no room for anybody else to do it better, because nobody is doing it better than your husband. Nobody is doing it better for you than your husband. There is no competition. He's going above and beyond. So that's how you are seen. If you're claiming this, give me a yellow heart in the comment section. Let me know that this message is yours. Let me know that you claim it. Let me know that you're aligning with it. Let me know that you're manifesting it. And if you want more support manifesting this more quickly and easily, there's a workbook inside of the free resource library to help you attract this loving, supportive man. It'll help you start aligning your energy. So I highly suggest that you go get you access to the free resource library. You can get the free resource library. You can get personal readings. You can get my courses. You can get my Living in the End 2-day virtual retreat access by using the links in the description box. That's where all of my offers are, all of the different ways that you can support yourself even greater through my offers. So check out those links, check out my website. It's fabulous and it's beautiful. And with that being said, do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe on your way out of here. I love you, and I'll talk to you in the next one. All right, pile number 3. How are you, my pile number 3s? We're taking a look at how will you be seen as a wife. And as I'm getting this prepared and as I'm starting to shuffle, I have to remind you that I am hosting a 2-day live event. It's a leadership retreat for the woman who is ready to lead her mind, her energy, and her reality so that she can manifest her husband, more money, and the career of her desire. The Living in the End virtual retreat can be attended from anywhere in the world. And if you want to learn more about what we're going to be doing over those 2 days, you can head to the link in the description box and get all of the information. Okay. We have the Sun, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. Pile number 3. How will you be seen as a wife? How will you be viewed as a wife? This is not necessarily how will you be. This is not necessarily what will it be like. This is how will other people view you? How will they perceive you as a wife? You have, with the Sun and the Page of Wands, I'm immediately getting the energy of happy. I'm getting the energy of, oh my God, I'm getting the energy of like excited. There's a childlike energy. And then I heard that Beyonce lyric, when he fucks me good, I take his ass to Red Lobster. She says, if he hit it right, I might take him on a flight on my chopper, drop him off at the mall, let him buy some J's, let him shop. So I'm getting the energy of pile number 3 that how you will be seen as a wife is, you know that viral sound on TikTok from that show? I think the show is like Euphoria. And it's the white girl, and she's like, everybody knows that he fucks her. And this is a little bit vulgar. And this is a little bit explicit. We need to reel it in. Because this video needs to be monetized. Okay? But that's the way that you're going to be seen as a wife, pile number 3. You're going to be seen as... Everybody knows. Everybody knows that this man does you. How will you be seen as a wife? You will be seen as a wife who is very satisfied. I don't know how they'll know this. No, I do know how they'll know this. Do you know that video? It's a red carpet video, and it's Angelina Jolie and a white man. I don't know the white man. It's not Brad Pitt. It's a white man. He's like an older white man. And the energy between them is like palpable. And the interviewer is like asking them questions. And I think at some point the interviewer asked them like, what's the most outrageous place that you guys have like done it or something? And they're like, oh, I think in the car on the way over here, or like something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was, okay? But long story short, they say that they did it in the car. Like, you know what I'm saying? Driver, roll up the partition, please. I don't need you seeing pal 3 on her knees. Spent 25 minutes getting all dressed up. They're not gonna make it to this club. Okay? Mascara running, red lipstick smudged. Oh, he's so horny, yeah. He wants to fuck. Yeah, pal number 3. Did he pop all your buttons and rip your blouse? Did he Monica Lewinsky all on your gown? Like... They better not flag this video. If they flag this video, I'm taking this shit down. I better get paid for this. Matter of fact, send me some tips, pal number 3. Because y'all's pal is the only one that is acting a fool like this. Okay? So go ahead and bless me on the Cash App. Thank you. Love you. But seriously, pal number 3, the way that you're going to be seen as a wife is like something about the vibe. It's just giving, these people do it. These people do it. It's like people might be looking at you like, are they about to do it right now? In front of my salad? In front of my salad, pal number 3? How you're going to be seen as a wife is as a woman who's very satisfied, and a woman who is very hypnotized by that thing. Like, hypnotized. Hypnotized by that thing. Like, I feel like you guys are going to always, people are always going to think that you guys are honeymooning. You guys will be out, you guys will go on vacation, you guys will go to the fucking local grocery store. And people will be like, oh my God, how long have you guys been married for? And you guys will be like, 30 years. And they're like, oh my God, I thought you guys just got married last week. You guys look like newlyweds. You guys look like you just got together. Oh my God. You are going to... It's like you guys are never going to get comfortable in this marriage. Or that's the way that it's going to be seen. And it's not like you're uncomfortable. But it's like things are new, things are fresh, things are hot, things are steamy. There's desire between the two of you. Like, this person is going to do it for you. This person's going to do it for you. This person's going to do it for you in like every stage of life. You know that? Like, have you ever met a man where you're just like, I love the way that this man is aging? Like, okay, me, I'm 25. So I'm trying to think of, I, excuse me. I had a little bit of a brain fart trying to figure out how I wanted to get that out of my brain. I mean, out of my mouth. I've dated a lot of men in their 20s, okay? So, connecting with men in their 20s, seeing them beginning to age, seeing them move into their 30s, and then seeing a man and being like, I know what this man is going to look like in his 40s. And it's like, I'm not, like today in this stage of life, I'm not excited at the thought of a 40-year-old man in that particular way. But when I'm 40, like, I know that I could get into this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not super into the idea of a 60-year-old man today, but I can see in my 60s the way that this man is aging, the way that the man that this man is becoming. I can see myself getting into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the energy and vibe that you're gonna have, pal number 3. Like, damn, what's his name? What's his name? What is his name? What is his name? What is his name? What is his name? He's a black man. He's an actor. He also played basketball. Hold on. I gotta look it up. Black man. He's sexy. I do not know his name. Actor. Basketball. Okay. There can't be. Bitch, why is he the first one up? Exactly. Exactly. It's Rick Fox. It's Rick fucking Fox. Rick Fox has been fine his whole life. Pal number 3, your husband and you are going to age like Rick Fox. Oh my God. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you. This man is going to remain so sexy, so desirable, so hot, and it's just going to keep getting better. And you're going to be like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? What are they putting in my water? What is going on? How are you doing this to me? It has to be sorcery. It has to be magic. You are going to be under this person's fucking spell for lifers. For lifers. You guys are going to be doing it like rabbits. Like... doing it and doing it well. Word to LL Cool J, which is another black man who has been fine his whole life. Like, that's the vibe. That's the vibe. Your husband is going to be a man who is just fine and just keeps on getting fine, and you're going to be fine and you just keep on getting fine. And it's going to be one of those things where, like, people are going to look at you in 20 years and 40 years and they're going to think, wow, you guys are so sexy. You guys are so beautiful. Like, what the fuck? And then they're going to see pictures of you from 40 years back, from 20 years back. And they're going to be like, what the fuck? You were fine then too. They're going to be like, life is not fair. Life is not fair. You guys are one sexy ass couple. That's how you're going to be seen as a wife. You're going to be seen as sexy as hell. People aren't going to know which partner they're more jealous of. People are like, I don't know if I wish I was the husband or I wish I was the wife. I just want to be there. I just want to be included. You know how they have that stereotypical thing where it's like a couple who's interested in, like, inviting a woman to connect with them in that way, and they walk up to them and they're like, we noticed your vibe from across the bar. It's like that, but it's like the opposite. It's like throughout your marriage you're gonna have people approaching you as a couple, not people just trying to seduce your husband, not people just trying to seduce you. You're gonna have people approaching you as a couple, and they're gonna be like, please, 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 please. They're gonna be like, please, please, can I be involved? And if I can't be involved, at least let me watch. Like, people are going to wish that they could be a fly on the wall in that bedroom. Like, people are going to be looking at you. They're going to be speculating. They're going to be like, I know that. I know that he goes crazy in that thing, because if it was me, I would go crazy in that thing. People are going to be like, I know. People are going to be like, I know. They're just going to know. They're going to look at you and they're going to know. They're going to know. They're going to know, and it's going to be so obvious that it might even make people uncomfortable. Like, you guys are going to be so sexy and so appealing, and your sexual chemistry and magnetism is going to be so strong that it just makes people a little bit uncomfortable. Like, oh my goodness, like, I did not even mean to think about them in that way. Like it's almost like people in their minds, like, their minds are just gonna go to it. They're like, I'm sorry, I didn't think about it on purpose. I didn't imagine it on purpose. Like, it just came to me, like, oh my goodness, I didn't dislike the thought, but oh my goodness, like, people are going to think that you guys are very desirable. And how you're also going to be seen as a wife is as somebody who is aging really well. Okay? You are going to be seen as somebody who is aging incredibly well. Crazy well. Crazy good. Okay? So there's definitely, I'm getting like Pamela Anderson. Who's that woman? Hold on, I'm looking it up. No, that's not her. Who's that woman? I'm looking it up. Give me a second. Who's that woman? Hold on. I'm typing it. Come on, Google. No, that's not her. Damn it. She's the black lady. And her husband were on that Kevin Hart show, Real Husbands of Hollywood. Boris is the husband. Spouse? Nicole Parker. Yes, Nicole Parker. I think she's aging beautifully. She's actually only 53, so that's not really a perfect example, but that's the example that came into my mind. There was a post where they had just gone viral as a couple, and it was something about him being like, I love taking care of her and I love fighting for my relationship. And people were responding, like replying to the tweet, and they're just like, I mean, of course he works hard for the relationship. Look at his wife. Like, that's obvious. So I feel like that's how you're going to be seen as a wife. Like, of course they got married and have been married for 40 years. Look at her. She looks fucking amazing. She looks beautiful. She looks radiant. She looks hot. Of course she's still married to him. He looks hot. He looks good. He looks radiant. Like, I just feel like people are going to be obsessed with the way that you guys look. As a couple, the way that you guys look as individuals, you guys are going to be seen as soulmates. You guys might even be seen as like looking similar to each other, not in a weird way, not in an Alabama type, way, but in like a soulmates way. You know how sometimes people who are soulmates, they just kind of start looking like each other. I don't know how to describe it. They just kind of start looking like each other. Or they just look like they go together. Like you guys just like fit together like puzzle pieces. Like if you guys went on a show and, they told a random person who didn't know who you guys were and they said, pick out the husband and wife, then people would put you two together, even if you guys were not saying that you were married, even if you guys were not saying that you two were together. This is just an aesthetically pleasing couple. These are two people who look beautiful. These are two people that you enjoy looking at. These are two people who you really want to watch. Like, you guys need to make sure that your blinds are closed. Y'all need to make sure that the blinds are closed and the doors are locked, actually. Because people might kind of have like this like obsessed energy with you. There's Leo energy here. That's the sun. Leo energy wants to be seen. Leo energy is very center stage. And pile number 2 was getting like, being well known and being famous. Pile number 3, I'm not saying that you guys won't be famous or you guys can't be famous, but this is just like, this is everyday life, okay? This is everyday life. You look desirable, everyday life. You look beautiful. You look as beautiful at 35 as you did at 25, and then at 55 as you did at 35, and then at 75 as you did at 55. It's like you look beautiful. You look amazing. You look like your soul is present in your body, and you look desirable, and you look amazing. And people are going to be so mad. Like, you know how sometimes there's like posts on social media where it's just like, I am waiting for them to break up. Like, I am praying on their downfall. I feel like as a couple, like, you guys are too sexy. You guys are too hot. You guys are too good. Like, people are praying on your downfall. Like, yes, there are people who want to get with you. There's people that want to get with your husband. There's people who just want to get with you. Like, there's people who are praying that you guys break up. They're praying that you guys have problems. They're praying that it doesn't look as that is not, all that it seems, so that they can have a chance. Like there's people who are meeting you guys. Let's say that you guys got married at 25. They're meeting you guys at 45, and they're just like, fuck, like, please tell me that this marriage is on its last legs. Like, I'm really upset that I didn't meet pal number 3, 20 years ago. I'm really upset that I didn't meet pal number 3's husband, 25 years ago, so that I could have got to him first. Like, it's like people are going to meet you and they're just going to be like feeling fucking regretful. Like, I'm so fucking pissed. I'm so fucking pissed that I did not meet pal number 3 before this, that I did not meet pal number 3's man before this. Like, I'm so fucking mad. And now the song that I'm hearing in my head is that, don't mess with my man. Okay, do you guys know that song? It's basically a song where there's a guy singing and there's a woman singing, and the woman's part is just like, don't mess with my man, like, here's a little advice for you, find your own man. And then the guy's part is like, don't mess with my girl, like, here's a little advice for you. Find your own girl. And that's basically it, right? And they have like a whole breakdown. They're like, girl, I'm warning you. If you want my man, I suggest you keep your hands to yourself. And the guy's part is like, player, I'm warning you. If you want my girl, I suggest that you look, but don't touch. Like, so vow number 3, you're going to be seen as a wife and like a couple who do not play about each other. These are people who are very faithful to each other. These are people who are growing old together. This is a very long-term relationship. Like these are life partners. These are life partners, and everybody is salty about it. And you're just kind of like, oh, well, don't mess with my guy. Do not mess with my guy. And your husband is just like, do not mess with my wife. Not interested. Do not mess with my wife. Like, we do not even play around like that. We don't even joke like that. Like, there's just this energy of devotion. It's long-term energy. It's devotion. Things are vivacious. Like, when you guys are connecting, there's just a rejuvenating energy where it's always like the first time, or it's always like the beginning, or people will see you, whether they've known you for 20 years or 40 years, or they're looking at footage of your wedding compared to now. And it's like, your husband still looks at you the same way. Your husband still lights up when he talks about you, when he thinks about you. Your husband still takes care of you. Your husband still shows up for you. And it's just like, oh my God, like, whew, you guys have such a fun, lighthearted, sexy relationship, and that's how you guys are seen. So you guys are not seen as a couple who fights. You guys, there's a very like romantic, like your love story is very romanticized, okay? You guys are not a couple who has drama. You guys are not a couple who fight. You guys are not a couple who, get into it and somebody's sleeping on the couch. You guys are not a couple who, gets into it and goes to talk to their girlfriends about it or goes to talk to their guy friends about it. Like, you guys don't do that. That's not your life experience. You guys live in harmony. You're living happily ever after in a fairy tale where every single day you wake up and it's the greatest day of your lives and you love each other and you are living together in holy matrimony. Like, that's the way that people are going to see you. And, this is just how you're being perceived. People obviously don't know the intimacy and the things that it takes to maintain that childlike energy and blah, 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 blah. But people are not seeing that. So this is not going to be a connection where you're putting your business out there. This is not going to be a connection where you're telling people about your problems or you guys are leaving the house with issues. There's a lyric from Beyonce and Jay-Z's joint album, The Carters. And he basically is just saying, God, I can't think of the exact lyric, but he basically is like, oh, he's talking about Kanye West's wedding, I'm pretty sure. And he says, I'm not going to nobody's nothing if me and my wife are beefing. I don't care if my house was on fire. I'm dying, nigga, I'm not leaving. And basically what that means is like, I'm not going to somebody else's event. I'm not leaving my house while my wife and I are not on good terms. I'm going to focus on this relationship, which is my priority. He's saying my relationship with my wife is an even greater priority than my desire to stay alive, which obviously we get because he says, I don't care if my house is on fire, I will die before I leave this house. And my wife and I are not on speaking terms. So that's the kind of energy that you will have as a couple. You are not out in public while you guys are fighting. You are not out in public while you guys are having a disagreement. You are not out in public while things are negative between the two of you. People do not know that. People do not know the issues that you have. People do not know the things that go wrong. People do not know about your disagreements. People do not know about your arguments. People do not know shit. all they see is you together and happy. All they see is you together and having a good time. All they see is you together being madly in love. So there is this energy of being so seen with that Leo energy, being so magnetic and so attractive, but also being so private and being a bit secluded, being very selective. There is a selectiveness about what you share and what people know about you, okay? And with that being said, I have to stop this reading, my loves. So I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did and you're claiming this, give me some purple hearts in the comment section to let me know that you're claiming this, to let me know that this resonates with you, to let me know that this is what you want. And if you want more help and support manifesting this relationship, be sure to check out that workbook inside of the free resource library. It is absolutely amazing and wonderful. I highly suggest that you check that out and all of the other good shit inside of the free resource library. I'm also hosting that 2-day virtual leadership retreat like I told you about at the end of this month, and that's going to be so amazing. So I'm super excited to serve you in that capacity. I've also got courses, I've got personal readings. There's just an abundance of ways to invest in yourself through my offers. So check out those links in the description box. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe before you do check out those links. I love you, and I'll talk to you in the next one.